All Along the Watchtower, as performed by Jimi Hendrix, is a startling trip into a dream world. This song was originally written by Bob Dylan, but Hendrix's version is so definitive that Dylan himself once said that Jimi found things in it that he didn't even realize were there. So I want to unpack some of the psychology and the message within this incredible song. Okay, this is literally the sparse, kind of cryptic, almost dream fragment that he puts together. And let's remember how it starts. There must be some kind of way out of here. This is the Joker's opening line, which is screaming about some existential dread. Right? We have to get out of here. He feels trapped in this meaningless grind, and he's looking for an escape. That's ultimately what this means. Okay, and he says the Joker said to the thief. And now we have the archetypes, and these are going to be important in the myth, just like any other myth. The Joker is chaotic truth teller, and the trickster confides in the thief. Now, this is an outsider, a survivor, an opportunist. So both are liminal figures living outside of the structured society. So this is a conversation between two fractured kind of psyches. And psychologically, it's a dialogue of the self. Two aspects of the human condition talking to each other about futility, greed, and exploitation. The businessman and the plowman are the stable herd, while the Joker and the thief are the ones who see through the illusions. Now, the Watchtower itself has lots of symbolism. It's loaded with ideas of surveillance, society watching, controlling, and judgment. There's detachment, being above all, looking outward towards the chaos below. There's imprisonment. You can't leave the Watchtower, but you're always stuck watching. So this kind of mirrors the ideas of the paranoia that was about an alienation of the late 60s. This is, remember, during Vietnam. There was social unrest, there was civil rights, and his distortion-heavy guitar becomes a sound that echoes that paranoia itself. It's chaotic, yet it's clear, and it's like almost like a psychic storm. And the apocalyptic kind of psychology of it all. The last verse, outside in the distance, a wildcat did growl. Two riders were approaching, and the wind began to howl. It's pure, like, psychic nightmare fuel. The wildcat is primal instinct. This is nature's rage. And the two riders, this is inevitability, probably death and change riding together. And the howling wind, this is chaos closing in. This is the loss of stability. So this tapped into some psychological fears about annihilation and the rebirth. It's not just the end of time prophecy, it's the ego death, when your illusions collapse and raw reality storms in. Musically, Hendrix transformed, this folk song into this psychedelic apocalypse, with the distorted guitar bringing anxiety, electric paranoia, the looping rhythm, being trapped in cycles with no escape, and his delivery. It's half sermon, he's half scream. He's a prophet warning us in real time. And so it becomes more than just a cover. This is a psycho-spiritual mirror of the 60s, like of their consciousness, when people felt both trapped by the old world and terrified what was coming next. So this is far less about the characters and more about their state of mind. It's a psychic splitting itself into the Joker, which is chaos, the thief, which was survival, and staring down at the collapse of order. And Jimi doesn't just play the song, he embodies this psychic storm, and we feel it, and it hits more like a prophecy and not just music. So again, all shout out to this amazing artist and this amazing song that, man, shout out to Bob Dylan as well, but the beauty created out of this, like the meaning, is that significant.